Pittsburgh Steelers officially start training camp tomorrow. And from the looks of it, we're 100% ready to go. Full speed ahead, firing on all cylinders, because the only question mark or the only speed bump heading into tomorrow was whether or not JPJ was going to sign his rookie deal. We didn't know if there was going to be a holdout or not. But that question has been answered just 30 minutes ago because he and the Steelers agreed to terms on a 4-year deal. So, correct me if I'm wrong, no off-field drama now?
We just don't want all the drama.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much this team's ready to roll. The vibes are immaculate. And this JPJ thing, it was just one of those scenarios where it was always going to get done. It wasn't a matter of if, more, when. Because I remember I did a video on this like a week or two ago. And a lot of people were wondering, is JPJ going to hold out? We're like a week or two away from training camp. He hasn't signed his deal yet. But this was a unique situation. We've gone over this. JPJ was the 32nd overall pick, which traditionally is a first rounder, and they get a certain amount of money. But in this draft, because the Dolphins had to forfeit their first rounder, it was still technically considered a second rounder. So what do you do there? For the most part, these picks are slotted, but there was some wiggle room in the 4th year guaranteed salary. So apparently the Steelers and Porter were able to come to an agreement. But yeah, both sides, it made sense to get this thing done because JPJ didn't want to get behind the 8 ball. And the Steelers want JPJ there because he could be playing a significant role on this defense. Happy it's done and over with. And I think this is just another point in the Steelers' favor for that Claypool trade. Another point, Omar Khan Steelers. And this just comes a couple days after the Bears placed Chase Claypool on the PUP list. So -1 for them. Although they just cleared him. Probably one of the more weirder scenarios. They put him on the PUP list a day ago. I think they just cleared him and now say he's ready to go for training camp. I don't know what to make of it. Moral of the story, I don't know what the fuck's going on over there in Chicago. But it seems like Omar Khan and the Steelers definitely know what we're doing here. JPJ, signed, ready to go for training camp tomorrow. But before I sign off, one final story I wanted to go over. Arthur Maulet, former Steelers corner, just officially signed with the enemy, Baltimore Ravens. So Maulet was cut by us, what was that? Probably 2 months ago. Had to have been. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was like a mutual agreement. Maulet might have even asked to get released because our cornerback room started to get a little bit more loaded with the guys that we drafted. Then also we brought in another slot corner in Shannon Sullivan. And it probably felt like for Maulet, he didn't really see this as the best opportunity for him going forward for playing time and whatnot. And yeah, we parted ways. And he's been sitting in free agency up to this point. And the Ravens, I guess, could use a corner. They lost Marcus Peters to the Raiders. And if you look at their depth chart, they really don't have a solid slot guy. And Maulet, that is his position. He is a nickel corner. Not the best in coverage. We went over that. Although I would say underrated. I actually didn't think he was terrible. He had some bad moments that I remember. There was a Bears game on Monday night. But they were few and far between. And obviously he's a more physical prototype or archetype and helps in the run game. And that's probably something the Ravens are looking for, being that they're in the AFC North. So yeah, that deal got done. If they do have him out there the majority of the time, I do think our receivers can definitely win that matchup with an Arthur, or not an Arthur Maulet, with an Allen Robinson or Calvin Austin in the slot, or who knows? I mean, we got so many guys, so many weapons. We can move anyone in the slot. A Pat Freiermuth, Pickens, Deontay. So yeah, if they are going to have Maulet out there in passing situations, I look forward to seeing what Pickett and this receiving core could do against Maulet and this Ravens defense / their secondary. But that's it for this edition of Big Deke News on Tuesday. Let me know your thoughts on the JPJ signing, also Maulet going over to Baltimore. But that is, the second episode of the day. Stay chilling and peace.